politics. I want to ask a couple. Okay, so I got two questions. One is the Bounty Hunter Bloods. That's a blood set, but what's the difference between that, a damu, and a pyru? And there was another, man. Like, what's the difference between those? That's all the same.
All the same, bro.
Like, it's different.
It's all the same. This internet got this shit separated, and it's all the same.
Right.
It ain't no damn different.
Right.
If you claiming a blood set, you a blood. You a B-dog, straight up. Whether it's Pyru, Brim, Swine, Divin Lane, 2 P's in the B, 4, 5, 6s, you know what I mean? That's blood, all bloods. You come to the county jail, and you from one of them cliques, and you come in the blood module, that's the only reason why you in there and you accept it, because you a blood. You ain't get in the module because, oh, I'm separated, I'm a damu. Nigga, damu is blood in Swahili, bro. That's what damu mean. It's Swahili. That's all it means, bro. So people be taking this media shit and running with it, having it all misconstrued. You know what I mean?
Right. I get it. All right, so with also when I was doing research, I seen that the bounty hunters, their biggest oppositions was the Grape Street and then the West Side Pyrus. So the West Side Pyrus being in Compton, how far is Compton from Watts? Is that like close proximity to, or? Let
me stop you right there, because I don't even want you to think that or put that kind of label on us, because we not blood killers. First and foremost,
No,
when it come down to my hood, my projects, we didn't grow and build no reputation for the Nickerson Gardeners bounty hunters as being blood killers, homie. We are the hood. We are the umbrella of all bloods. That's who we were. Pyrus, everything. We were the umbrella, bro. Bounty hunters. So when you say our oppositions, our ops, we don't have ops. We got enemies. But when you say our enemies, our ops are the Great Streets and the West Side Pyrus, see, then you speaking on some new theory shit that I don't have no awareness of. I don't know nothing about. Feel me? Because I don't got no enemies from West Side Pyrus or East Side Pyrus or Brims or none of that shit that's damus, period, when it come to me, my consideration as a real legendary bounty hunter. So I that's that social media shit, bro. My homies on the streets ain't out here warring with no West Side Pyrus. My homies ain't battling with the West Side Pyrus to my knowledge of, homie, and I'm connected still when it come to my ear to these streets. So I don't know nothing about that new wave shit when it comes to that. Now, the Great Streets, it's a different ball game. Yeah, they've been our rivals from the existence of this gang shit. They've been our rivals. PJs was our rivals as well. But we get along, our projects get along with the PJs more or less than the Great Streets based on our peace treaty that was broken in 2004. So we still have an alliance with the PJs as opposed to the Great Streets. But a lot of the OGs and some of my YGs, you know, niggas is thorough and have names, have a connection and still have an alliance with certain Great Streets that they may fuck with. Certain niggas that's so from over there that they may still fuck with, that they cool with. You know what I'm saying? Because they have an alliance with them. You know what I'm saying? But overall, yeah, they were our rival enemies, not West Side Pyrus. It was Great Streets, PJs, Front Streets, Front Hood, Hat Gang Watts, anything in Watts that was the opposite of us, then they were our rivals. And then from there, we got the homies, we got the bishops, non-deuce bishops. Then we got the bebops, Watts, you know what I mean? Them all the homies. So that was all homies from there. Right. That's all Watts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Growing up, I see what you're saying. Hey, so look, growing up, my first the first time I heard of Watts was watching Menace to Society. They had that scene when they like it's like over the projects. Is that Nickerson Gardens that they? Yeah.
No, that's Jordan Downs. We never really, we didn't get our film structures to early on in the game of the 2000s, but during the 80s and the 90s when John Singleton shot a few things down there, primarily it was Jordan Downs was the first project that was on the map as far as the film center photographer, and then the PJs with Denzel Washington. That was the PJs. Okay. You know what I mean?
Is that the one with
the scene with Macy Gray was getting robbed. When Ethan Hawke and when Denzel went in there and went to the spot, said, we got a warrant for you for such arrest. And he went in there and found the money. Right. That's the PJs. Those houses across the street,
okay.
that's the PJs. That's all their area.
They went to the jungle on there too, right? On that same movie.
The whole film was based primarily out the jungles. That's the dead end.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the dead end.
Okay.
Yep.
So being T Rodgers from out this way, and then his connection with California. Do you know anything about him? And is that like an area he was from out there, the jungle?
I grew up with T. When T descended to LA, he first got here, he was in the 20s, man, from the Biddy. T, see, a lot of people don't know this, but T was a pimp. He was running around with the G homies from the first generation, and they was pimping back in the Biddy, back in the city, Stones. They was pimps. So T had this van. T Rodgers had this van called the Scooby-Doo van. We used to call it the Scooby-Doo van. He used to ride around in the Scooby-Doo van. But he was always short and had a mouthpiece. And so that's how the homies on the west side was introduced to the BPS chapter, because basically T was descended out here to bring the chapter out here, and he introduced the chapter to the jungle. He could have ended up anywhere in Los Angeles, and he still would have ended up introducing that chapter, because that was his mission. You know what I mean? So when he introduced that chapter to the west side, he started educating a lot of the homies over there. And a lot of the homies that he was dealing with was real hitters, was niggas that was from the West that was representing the J's at that time. These was real G's. So he started educating a lot of the homies and educating a lot of the young homies, you know, based on the stone, you know, and the 5 pointers and the whole history of everything. And so that's how that history came about as far as the Black P stones. Because the jungles used to be called the jungles. Jungle stones. They was just the jungles. And that's how the P got put in the stone, you feel me, through T Rodgers.